Hello, John Hess from FilmmakerIQ.com, and today I'll be reviewing the Hollyland Lark Max. Now, I generally don't do reviews on this channel, but Hollyland reached out to me to help promote their Lark Max and offered to help me partially pay my studio rent this month. So I said, why not? I've had good experiences with their products before, and I really love their Solidcom C1 intercom headset, which I paid for with my own money. But this video is about the Lark Max, so let's get this train back on track. The Lark Max is Hollyland's more professional entry into the portable, wearable, wireless recorder market, a tool that I've found incredibly useful in the last couple years. The Lark Max comes with two audio transmitters, which act as standalone microphone and audio recorders, and a wireless receiver which you can attach to your camera. With these types of devices, you essentially get both the ease of use of a single system audio with audio recorded directly into the camera and synced with the video, and a dual system with backup recordings on the transmitter themselves. The ease of use and the safety these recorders provide have really made recording audio for industrials so much easier and worry-free. Plus, I find myself using them in other clever ways, like sending audio signals from a recorder to a camera for easy syncing later. So Hollyland sent me this Lark Max Dual two-person wireless microphone system. It comes in a semi-rigid pouch. Inside you'll find a hard case which acts as a charging station for the two microphone transmitters and the receiver. Now, Hollyland doesn't want me to mention their competitors in this space, so I'll just say that coming from another brand that didn't offer a charging station as part of their package, and then having to buy a third-party case which wouldn't always reliably charge the units, which meant occasionally I'd send someone out with a transmitter that was out of juice. Well, let's just say my first impression of these Hollyland cases was very impressive. One USB cable to charge the case, which acts as a battery bank to continuously charge the transmitters and receivers while they're in the case. It's a perfect setup. Now, the build of these units themselves is very good. Again, coming off another brand, these have a very solid, rugged build that looks like they can handle the rigors of production use. The receiver has a very nice, bright AMOLED touchscreen with a knob that allows you to adjust the parameters on the receiver and transmitters themselves, including gain and the ability to turn on and off the backup recording on the transmitters. The menu takes a little getting used to, but it's simple enough to intuit your way around after only a few minutes. I also wish they would add a dB scale to the VU units, VU meters, perhaps in a future firmware update, but it's a relatively minor quibble. Let's talk about the transmitters themselves. This is a small thing, but they also provide these little magnets that allow you to clip the entire unit to your shirt without using pins. It's such a simple little thing, but it's one of those thoughtful touches that I'm a big fan of. The transmitters themselves have a built-in omnidirectional microphone. These microphones have a maximum of 128 dB SPL, which is in line with most mics on the market. 128 dB SPL is the sound of a jet plane taking off, or the sound of sticking the microphone into your mouth and shouting at the top of your lungs. So that's really pretty loud. With the mic placed in a normal location like on the shirt, you'll never get to that sound level in normal recording. It has about a 70 decibel signal-to-noise ratio and records internally at 48 kilohertz at 24-bit, which is perfectly fine given the signal-to-noise ratio. The onboard memory on each transmitter has enough storage for about 14 hours of backup, which will get you through a full day of recording. There is some digital signal processing and environmental noise cancellation features that do subtly remove background noise. Here's some audio with the environmental noise canceling on, and here's some with it off. Again, on and off. As for the battery life, they claim 7.5 hour battery life on these transmitters and 9 hours on the receiver. None of the jobs I've used it on have even come close to exhausting the battery, so there's no complaints there. The manufacturer boasts a range of 820 feet line of sight, it's 250 meters, or 200 feet 60 meter range obstructed. In my work, I've never taken them that far, so I can't test those numbers, but I've never had so much as a hint of a dropout using them so far. Hollyland also sent over their lav system, which are solidly built and definitely no complaints there. In fact, this entire review has been recorded using that very setup with the lav system. If there's only one gripe I have is the missing VU meters on the unit themselves. Since setting gain is so much easier on this than any other portable wireless audio device I've ever used in the past, I wish there was some way to more precisely visualize where I'm putting my peaks, which should be around -18 or -20 dBFS. As of now, I'm just keeping my peaks just below crossing into the yellow territory. And some quick testing shows that this is about -20 dB on the digital recording. I just wish I had a scale to confirm it. Now, I know I'm going to get some people complaining that it doesn't have 32-bit floating point, but the reality is with this type of tool and microphone connected to it, you aren't going to see any of the advantages that 32-bit float offers unless you just crank the gain all the way to the max and stick the microphone into your mouth. I'm sure someone can contrive a situation where you would need more dynamic range, but those don't exist in the real-world application, at least for what these tools are designed to do. And by the way, that's not Hollyland telling me to say that. I just know someone in the comments is going to chime in about it, and it feels like it just needs to be addressed. Anyhow, after looking at the price, which honestly was lower than I expected given the solid build and professional look, I would highly recommend the Hollyland Lark Max as a simplified wireless solution that can integrate into your productions. Again, thanks to Hollyland for sending over the Lark Max. It's definitely finding a permanent home in my audio bag. Give the Lark Max a look if you are in the market for a new wireless system. Like the video, subscribe, ring that bell for more Filmmaker IQ content. Thanks to our friends at Patreon for your support. Until next time, go out there and record something great. I'm John Hess, and I'll see you at filmmakeriq.com.